Hey Aries, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch a wavelength on this reading, go check your other major placements. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And I'll also be trying to post pictures of the spread at the end. And we're going to get started here with this Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive guide, intuitive start to where we're going. And then we'll move on to the Ethereal Moments Tarot deck for a tarot spread. All right. What do we have for our dear, lovely, amazing Aries here? Ooh. Lots of people getting this card here. We've got Queen Bee. We've got some sort of source of honey and source of stings. She's got an army of stingers at her hands, and she also has a bucket of honey. I would think of Winnie the Pooh here, like eating the honey. And here's how I want to see this card. I want to see this card as giving, Earth Mother, birds and bees, something about birds and bees, and maybe even, you know, sexuality and some really lovely abundance. Look how big she is, and she's got this beautiful flowing dress, and she looks so kind, and I want to see her that way. Unfortunately, I also understand that we have labeled this card Queen Bee, and that these bees have stingers. They're ready to defend. She may be perceiving what she does as self-defense. It's just somebody, if you want their honey, you're going to have to deal with their stingers. And you may want to perceive them as kind and wonderful and generous and good, but they may not be. And Queen Bee, of course, we know her from middle school and high school, the popular girl who nobody actually likes, but everybody is afraid of and respects, at least, because she can tear you apart if she wants to. So that's sort of the Queen Bee vibe. Someone who would really love them to just be a loving Earth Mother. And this can be any gender, a loving Earth Mother vibe, generous and kind, but they are very exacting. And if you don't do what they want, they will defend themselves by stinging you. Then we have bloom. Your mind is opening here. You might be starting to see this for what she really is, or what this person or a situation could be. A job. You know, you want that money, you want that honey. How many stingers are you going to be willing to put up with in order to get that? So these are important figures and vibes in our lives to let us know sort of how much we value ourselves, how much we value our peace, and is it worth it? Is that honey worth it? What's the honey worth to us? And if we're getting stung, we need to start asking ourselves if we've accepted a situation in which there might be that if we have a role to play, if we have wanted the honey or the money or whatever too much, and if we're complaining about some stings, we need to look at what we've sacrificed for those stings, or what we've acquired in order, and those stings, and have accepted that those stings just come with that. So you could be opening your mind this week, starting to understand something, see something much more clearly. Oh, you're listening now to what's being said, what's being done, and you're coming in with a whole new understanding of it. So this is like an epiphany, a lot of epiphanies, an epiphany, I'm going to say here. You're listening and you're seeing something very clearly now, as in a way that you haven't seen it before. And then you have to the moon and back. You're not going to do anything about it yet, but you are starting to think and dream and figure out maybe what's going on here. So here you're kind of wanting to leave the situation behind. Maybe you do want to leave the Queen Bee behind, but you're not ready to yet. So you're just sitting there. You're kind of sitting on your intuition. Your intuition has alerted you to something. And now you're just sitting on it because you're not quite ready to go forward. You're hanging out here, looking at the future. Something in your heart wants to go and something in your heart wants to stay. So since going is less irreversible than staying, going is less reversible than staying. You're choosing to stay until you're sure you're ready to go. All right. Aries, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. It's so funny to me how the same cards, no matter how much I shuffle, show up during the week, you know, over the week. And I was just thinking about cards today that I haven't seen in a long time that used to show up all the time. I haven't seen them in a while. In fact, I was like, went through my deck to make sure that card was still there. It was the Hermit card. I was like, where did that one go? That was a couple weeks ago. But anyway, so here we have this Ace of Cups in your recent past position. So this is an offering of love coming in, a lot of outpouring. This could be the honey coming in, the outpouring of love, the new beginning, new emotional beginning. Could just be a friendship, could be real love, could be some sort of work situation that really speaks to you and really speaks to your heart. So there's this overflowing sort of love vibe coming in, or affection or emotion, positive emotions here coming in. In your current situation, you are occupying this could be you, or this could be somebody in your life. This is Queen of Wands energy. So this is somebody who's very intuitive, very in touch with their intuition. They have patience. They have patience. They have strength. They have vision, and they're very in touch with their intuition. They have a little kitty cat. Maybe they don't actually have a little kitty cat, but they have a cat. Or no, I mean, she has a cat here, but I don't know, lots of people have pets. Maybe this is someone with an actual cat. But there's a lot of growth. They are very nurturing. This is definitely sort of, this is the Earth Mother vibe. So maybe, I don't know. This is the Earth Mother vibe. This could be you being very nurturing, very intuitive, getting in touch with your intuition right here. This is what we hope this person is. This is what they look like to us, or maybe even some Empress. This is what they look like to us, but they don't end up being that. Yeah. But this could be you, or this could be someone around you. So this could be you just getting really in touch with your intuition, like you are here, having sort of a vision that you can see in the future. Not a lot of action, but a lot of support, loving support and intuition and strength to endure what the time between now and when you do get to move forward. And in your hopes and fears, your inner landscape, you have the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is about reconnecting. This has been a popular card this week. Reconnecting with somebody from your past where there was like simple communication. It was easy, maybe even very imaginative communication, a lot of cooperation, a very easy. This is something I think you're wanting. You're maybe remembering a better time, a happier time, maybe before this realization that this person was like this, but you're remembering and maybe wishing to go back to a happier, simpler time, maybe wishing to reconnect with someone from your childhood, really wanting that and longing for that. So that's what this Six of Cups card represents, is an emotionally satisfying memory that could be playing out in your mind, or something that you're, it's just something you're remembering right now. It's really on your mind. This something in the past that was very emotionally satisfying. In your current situation, we have the Temperance card, but it's reversed. This is your, what's at issue here. So things, a lack of compromise, things not coming together, things not blending well, things not mixing well together, things sort of maybe even separating and coming apart. Normally she's mixing things together, making things more palatable, but in the reverse, she's people being stubborn, digging in their heels, things possibly coming apart instead of mixing, things becoming less palatable, and things not being able to work together, not coming together, not being able to work together anymore. So that seems fairly obvious that would create an issue. In your environment, you have this Ten of Cups. There's some sort of inheritance or family money or reward for good behavior or something like that coming in here. This could have to do with money. This could have to do with someone you know, getting an inheritance or having money that comes from their family, or or somebody you know getting some sort of reward, or family inheritance. I also think that when we're talking about family inheritance, we need to also talk about mentalities, emotional ways of dealing with emotions and feelings, ways of dealing with life, mentalities about how we view work, how we view relationships, coming into play here with someone in your environment, someone you know, or just in the environment at all. It could be an inheritance of beliefs and behavior patterns that we get from our ancestors, for better or for worse. So this could be dealing with money, very fulfilling money, having enough money, a lot of money, inheriting money. But if we're going to talk inheritance, I think we also need to talk about inheriting the inheritance of ideas and patterns and energies. And your to-do list. Whew, oh my goodness. Wow, we're cruising through here. Whatever happened? I don't know. Now I'm worried I didn't, was it on? I don't know. But your to-do list here is this death card. So death is so it's a big change. You need to change something. You need to transition from one place to another in your life, one way of being to another way of being. This is a big transition. There could be loss involved in this transition. With this inheritance card here, that sounds very interesting. The tarot doesn't usually predict a death, but this is, we take the death card typically as transformation or change, a big change. This threshold, death is coming through this threshold between existence and non-existence. So it's leaving a room and going into another room. I have a doormat. When you leave the house, it says goodbye, and when you come in, it says hello. And I like it because it's always a reminder that every ending necessitates a new beginning, and every new beginning necessitates an end to something. So we're dealing with actually a pretty big change here that you need to initiate and you need to bring in, or need to accept and acknowledge. So this is the death card. This is transformation, change. You're doing that this week. You're ending something. You're bringing something to an end, maybe something that wasn't very healthy for you. You're seeing something, or this is just the energy you need to grow into and become and access, is this ending energy. It does bring about a new beginning. We do have a flower here, but there is some grief, and maybe you need to go through a grief process. You need to grieve something that's already ended, and thereby, like, in a way, complete your part of that ending. There's some sort of portal that needs to be walked through or gone through. So you are coming up with the ability to walk through a portal, to end something, to allow a new beginning, grieving something that already has ended, thereby doing your part in the ending, playing your part and your role in the ending of something. There's no wonder you're hesitant. That's a pretty big deal. You know, we have this hesitancy here. So maybe this reading is just about alerting you to the, to this ending coming up here that you're going to need to be present for and do your part in. And then in your possible outcome here, we have the Hanged Man. This is ripening, hanging out. I mean, if we want to do some wordplay, Hanged Man is hanging out, letting go of your hang-ups. Like a bunch of different things like that, but it is kind of this hanging out card. It's getting yourself unstuck. Maybe you need to bring in an ending or understand an ending, intellectually grasp and emotionally understand an ending, and then you start sort of unraveling a knot to help it happen, to free yourself from something that's held you trapped and held you back. So this is freeing ourselves, and this knot here, so we don't undo knots like this, we undo knots like this, and it looks like nothing's happening. So a lot of this is figuring out how to break free of some sort of previous constraint. With this family card here, it could be a family situation, it could be a way of that your family interacted with the world, that you're freeing yourself from that mentality or something like that. So this is like I feel like there's an ending here that needs to happen, possibly with family. And you need to play a role in that and play your part in that. And then you need to figure out how the rest of it works, like how to get free of this initial, there's going to be an initial transition. And then that's going to put you into a space of trying to figure out the rest of it, how to get out of the rest of it, the rest of the situation, and the technicalities of it, and all of the strings that have us attached to other people, either through finances or through other relationships, or just even mentally. So you're going to be figuring out how to, once you at least mentally end this thing, there's going to be stuff further to figure out how to break free. So there's going to be more work to be done even after this this ending comes in here. All right, Aries, that was like surprisingly quick and to the point reading here. And thank you so much for your likes, comments, and subscribes. I very much appreciate it. And I hope you end up having a pretty good week.